So this morning we are reading from Vilapa Kusumanjali, from Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, commentary by Ananda Das Babaji Maharaj, the verse 75. O Shashimukhi, moon-faced girl, when will we witness your ever-fresh water sports with the Lord of your heart and your friends all together in your own sweet lake, which is filled with many lotus flowers and surrounded by singing birds and humming bees? O Shashimukhi, moon-faced girl, when will we witness your ever-fresh water sports with the Lord of your heart and your friends all together in your own sweet lake, which is filled with many lotus flowers and surrounded by singing birds and humming bees? Explanations. In this verse, Sri Raghunatha desires to see the water sports in Radha Kunda, saying, O moon-faced Radhe, when can I see your sweet water sports with the Lord of your life? When can I see your sweet water sports with the Lord of your life in Sri Radha Kunda? There are lotus flowers blooming in this sweet lake that attract intoxicated buzzing bees. On the surface of the kunda, different birds are singing and chirping. I desire to see your sweet water sports in that kunda.
In case it's not obvious, it's probably obvious, sorry. In case it's not obvious, of course, the desire of the Manjari is to observe. When will I see? So it's not, in this case, it's not doing service. It's actually observing the play. And the play is very special. I suppose we'll come back to that. They're not making love like they do in the Kunj. They're playing games. They're playing splashing, you know the games. They're splashing and playing with each other and hiding under the water and these things. Which does not lead to union. Which does not lead to sexual union. It's more like constant it's play. It's increasing the desire, it's increasing the lightness and the friendliness and the attraction, but in a way that does not lead in this Leela does not lead to the union like you have it in the Kunj. And this is what Manjari wants to observe. And the water has a special quality too. We'll probably come back to that as well. The water in the Radha Kund is said to be liquid love. So when they're splashing around in it, they're splashing their whole bodies with the purest form of love. Bye.
On the surface of the kunda, different birds are singing and chirping. I desire to see your sweet water sports in that kunda. Sri Raghunatha is an ever-liberated associate of the Lord, named Dati or Tulasi Manjari. Descending along with Sriman Mahaprabhu for the benefit of the world, to take everybody along into the Kunja and the Kinkari. Gaura Hari means golden teeth. Srila Rupa Goswami said, just as the thief disguises himself to steal things, Krishna stole the appearance of Radha, covering himself with her luster. Afraid of being caught. But when he plundered the storehouse of Ras in his descension as Gora, he was naturally caught.
Very strange. Very sweet. Of course he did. Sorry. He didn't ask Radha if he could take her mood or her color or her position. He just took it. Just like the butter thief, just like the child. I want to feel that, so I'm going to take it. But then what does it mean that he was caught? I don't know.
But naturally caught, like caught by himself.
Okay.
I don't know.
And when he stole her mood in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then he gets the whole storehouse of ras, of flavor. He gets all that feeling that comes with it. That's what he wanted, Krishna. He wanted to feel all that. He wanted to feel what it's like to be the lover of God. And now he's got the whole factory full of it.
And as Lord Chaitanya, he's giving all this, he's opening the storehouse for us and giving freely to all of us.
Wonderful, exactly, yes, very good.
Who want to receive, no? If my hands are like this, like Jananda made yesterday, he made two hands like this, or I have the hands like this.
Exactly. Yeah, but look, my dear, look at the line above. You read, he descends with Sriman Mahaprabhu for the benefit of the world and in order to take everyone to the Kunj. So he's bringing all of us along with the Mancharis to have a watch, to watch the love. So it's an invitation to every soul. And just like you say.
So there is a quote from Dvitiya Chaitanya Shtakam 3. Being curious to relish all the limitless ras of love of one of his beloveds in Vraj Sri Radha. Krishna stole her luster and covered his own blackish splendor with it, revealing this new golden luster to everyone. Let this Lord Chaitanya show us his great mercy. Just as Krishna stole butter in his childhood, the gopis' clothes in his early youth, the gopis' hearts in his full youth, and finally Sri Radhika's heart. He went on by stealing her luster and her mood to become Gora and to plunder the storehouse of rasa and prema.
There's a lot of stealing.
Beg, borrow, steal.
Exactly, beg, borrow, steal. But in a way, why do we have to steal? What would happen if Krishna asked for the butter, or asked for the clothes, or asked for the ras? In a way, it would limit the love. It would limit the fun. Just like if he asked his mother for some butter and got some butter, it wouldn't be nearly as much pleasure as when you steal the butter. Or if you ask the gopis to have their clothes from the hanging on the tree by the Yamuna, it wouldn't be nearly as much pleasure as when he takes them without asking. And in the same way, if he asked Radha, could I please borrow your feelings? This would be so mechanical, like a robot. So he takes them, and the pleasure is greater. In a way, asking for it would be Amazon, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Could I please have your ras? No, he has to take it without her even understanding.
I desire the mercy of that thief. He personally blessed Sitanatha Advaita Prabhu, saying from Sri Chaitanya Chandrodaya, O Acharya, I'm always absorbed in my blissful, luscious pastimes in Vrindavan, and I will give you all spiritual bodies suitable for joining me in these Vrindavana pastimes. That one remaining great duty I will swiftly perform. Some devotees are in a mood of servitude. Some are fixed in a fraternal mood. And some are fixed in the love of Radha and Madhava. others in the Lord of Dwaraka, and again others in my different descensions, such as Brahma and Nrsimha. I will lock you all in the chains of my love and give you attachment to Vrindavan.
So we go from stealing to kidnapping.
The chains of my love. With this attachment to Vrindavan, the luscious devotional service called Manjari Bhav is being indicated. What means the word luscious, if I spell it correctly? Luscious?
Luscious, it means delicious. Beautiful, delicious, sumptuous, very nice to taste.
Hearing
So he's saying that,
yeah.
sorry, just a thought, because I'm trying to understand and feel what's happening. It's like Manjari Bhav means that we're prisoners of our hearts, that it's not a rational choice, it's not a logical. We need to be chained, our hearts need to be stolen, because that's the way that transcends our rationality. So Manjari Bhav is this serving in Vrindavan without choosing to do it. With this attachment to Vrindavan, the luscious devotional service called Manjari Bhav is indicated. We're limited by our minds. Our minds limit our love. And if the Manjaris just chose to serve like you would choose to go to the cinema or something, then it would be a poor kind of love. They have to be totally surrendered, like we do. See that? No. Don't know what I'm talking about.
Hearing Mahaprabhu's blessing, Sri Sanatana replied, "By your wish, we may attain whatever you want, and in any other abode or body. We will eternally remember our origin in your wonderful pastimes." From this verse, it is understood that the Gaudiya Vaishnavas simultaneously remember the pastimes of Sri Sri Gaura Govinda. This was all described by the one who sucked the toe of Mahaprabhu, the great poet Kavi Karnapura. Srila Thakur Mahashaya has said, "Here I will get Gaurachandra, and there Radha Krishna." Sri Raghunath, who is an associate of Gaura, is eternally weeping on the bank of Radhakund. Fortunate souls can hear that even now. Then again, he is always absorbed in the ras of devotional service to the Yugala Kishore. In his spiritual absorption, Sri Raghunath sees the Yugala Kishore playing in the water of Radhakund with Kundalata as the referee. Nandi Mukhi and Danishta are also there. What shall we play? Watersports. The manjaris change the participants' clothes, dressing Sri Radhika and her girlfriends in thin white saris, and Shyamasundara in a thin bathing dress or bathing dress. And this is the wonderful picture in Gurudev's room, Gaurasundara. You helped also for the printing and everything.
Yes, it's also in the back. You see there.
Yeah.
So often we talked about white thin clothes, but perhaps it will also come in the commentary. And that the manjaris really know what to dress in which situation, and that they do it on purpose to choose this thin saris for Radhika. Kundalata sets the stage. The winner can drink the nectar of the loser's lips. The other Sakis are witnesses. Radha and Madhava face each other and splash each other with water so that their thin cloth begin to stick to their limbs, and they can relish the sweet side of each other's wet bodies. The Kinkaris like Rupa Manjari and Tulasi Manjari are standing on the shore of Radhakund and also relish this sweet side. What can Swamini do against a wrestler? Shyam splashes so violently that she turns her back on him out of fear. Everyone is silent. No one glorifies Shyam's victory. If Radhika had won, the shore of Radhakund would have resounded with shouts of Radhe Jaya, Radhe Jaya. Shyam said, Pay me my price, otherwise I will not leave you. Would you have left me alone if I had lost? The Sakis don't say yes, and they don't say no. Shyamasundara comes up to Swamini and holds her around the neck, saying, "Give me my prize." How wonderful is Swamini's beauty at that time. Her half-closed eyes are slightly reddish from fighting in the water, and she slightly moves her eyebrows. This gesture is called hela, a sign of disrespect towards the lover. Born of amorous feelings, Shringara Bhava Yukta. The heroic victor refuses to leave her. Swamini's face shows a smile and a cry, and the sweetness of her laughter shines through her weeping.
A smile and a cry, it's love and separation. She's happy, but she's not getting her kiss. Or she's not able to give the kiss to the winner. It's Krishna. Smile and a cry. Every smile contains a cry. Every cry contains a smile. This is the lesson of the soul.
She does not close her eyes altogether. How can she stay there without catching at least a glimpse of such a beautiful Shyam? Shyam insists, "Give me my prize. Give me my prize." Swamini does not want to give the prize so easily. She is full of opposition, resistance, disrespect, and disregard, showing hundreds of different moods on her face. The Sakis are standing all around, and the transcendental useful Cupid is saying, "Give it, give it." Her mouth says, "Don't touch me." But her heart says, "Won't you touch me?" How wonderful is her sweetness as she turns her face away from Shyam and shows him her glistening cheek. Sorry, I repeat. How wonderful is her sweetness as she turns her face away from Shyam and shows him her glistening cheek. Shyam becomes enchanted by the beauty of Radhika's cheeks and sees his own reflection in it, saying, "The reflection found its place there. Won't the original get a place?"
Of course, Krishna is the reflection of Radha. They are the same soul. She is the form of God that loves God. She's the pleasure giver, and he's the enjoyer. But she is he. In Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna takes her feelings. And so when he looks and sees her beauty, the reflection in the cheek, he's seeing himself. And yet they're two bodies. And then he asks, well, when can we be one again? When can I, not the reflection, but the real thing, be there? When can we unite? When can I kiss you?
Shyam kisses her cheek. "Oh, what did you do?" Swamini sweetly says with her glances. Shyam is enchanted by the sweetness of Radhika's eyes and kisses them, saying, "What reward shall I give?" And making her blackish eyeliner stick on his reddish lips. Swamini says, "Your lips have now become more beautiful," and turns her face the other way. When Krishna sees Radhika's wonderful smile on her glistening golden right cheek, he kisses that cheek also, and thus make a black mark of eyeliner on that side. When Tulasi sees that, she remembers that the golden moon is also marked with blackish spots, and therefore she calls Radha Shashimukhi, or moon-faced girl, in the text. In this way, there are so many hundreds of new sweet water sports. After this, Sri Radhika teams up with all of her girlfriends, and they start to splash Nagaramani with combined forces, making Krishna finally lower his moon-like face and say, "No more No more. I accept defeat. When Radhika hears these nectarian words, she stops splashing him and smiles in a sweet, enchanting, and astonishing way. Now the Sakis pick freshly blooming, unwithered lotus flowers and place them in Sri Radha's hands. Sri Radhika lifts her arm and shows Krishna her beautiful armpit, while she aims at his chest and throws the lotus flowers. Shyam is enchanted by her beauty, catches all the lotus flowers that innocent Radhika ecstatically throws at him, and throws them back at her. These lotus flowers increase tremendously in beauty by being thrown about by Sri Sri Radha Krishna's lotus-like hands. Black bees fly around these fragrant lotus flowers in an intoxicated state, humming like the arrows of Cupid that resemble Radha and Krishna's lusty mutual glances. And birds are sweetly singing while Tulasi gazes at Sri Radhika's water sports with the lord of her heart and her girlfriends in her beautiful pond.
So all through the scene, you have this again and again, love causes beauty, which causes love. This is the ecology of the heart, of the soul. So further up, Krishna kisses her lip, and her lip becomes more beautiful. And when it becomes more beautiful, then he desires her more and wants only to kiss her more and make her more beautiful again. But it's the same way with us poor devotees. When you love someone, they become beautiful. And the more you love, the more they're beautiful. And the more beautiful they feel, the more they love you. It's because when you love someone, you see the soul. And all the material imperfections are forgotten and fall away. You see only the soul. And the more you see, the more beautiful it is. And the more beautiful the soul, the more the soul is seen, the more love the soul can give back. You never feel so beautiful as when you're loved. And then finally at the bottom, at the end, the lotus flowers, they throw the flowers between each other and they become more beautiful while they're flying in the air, just because they're being exchanged between the two loving hearts. So in the forest of Vrindavan, everything that touches the love of Radha and Mohan becomes more beautiful. Just like everything in material experience becomes more beautiful when we touch it with our love. All flowers become more beautiful when we throw them with our husband or wife.
And also to see the position of the Manjari who is observing from the shore. Huh? This is her. Also from Gurudev, we are watching, we are observer, we are ready to serve. Therefore, we are not we. They are the Manjari Kinkri are standing outside to observe and to be ready to serve the couple. If they are in the water, they cannot serve like this. No? So.
And taking pleasure from observing.
Yeah. Can you take over the reading? I just
your blood test is there.
I come back. Thank.
Karasundarabai, do you want to read?
I tried to find the right place.
Oh, I can. It's right at the end now when the vision disappears. I'm afraid we're almost at the end.
My God. I will read this again from Sri Radhika lifts her arm and shows Krishna her beautiful armpit while she aims at his chest and throws the lotus flowers. Shyam is enchanted by her beauty, catches all the lotus flowers that innocent Radhika ecstatically throws at him and throws them back at her. These lotus flowers increase tremendously in beauty by being thrown about by Shri Radha Krishna's lotus-like hands. You can hear me nicely?
Yes.
Okay. Black bees fly around these fragrant lotus flowers in an intoxicated state, humming like the arrows of Cupid that resemble Radha and Krishna's lusty mutual glances. Here is written lusty. Actually, we speak from prema. But here they have also lusty desires. But these lusty desires are different from the lusty desires in the material world. because these desires are not controlled by the three gunas. This lust in the spiritual world is free from all these sattva, rajas, or tamagun. And these gunas even controlled by the demigods, Vishnu and Shiva and Brahma. They have no entrance in the spiritual world. So this lust is pure, connected to the soul. And depending on the relationship between two lovers. So these desires are different between Radha and Mohan, between the Sakis and Radha and Mohan, and between the Manjaris and Radha and Mohan. These are different desires. And so the rasa is also different, that is experienced by these desires. Because their bodies are different in realization, in relishing this prema and rasa. So, for example, the Manjari's bodies are made for the service. So they relish the so-called sevaras. And this ras and in prema is completely free from any lusty desires like we know in this material world. So, if we read that resemble Radha and Krishna's lusty mutual glances, is different. We have to understand. And birds are sweetly singing, while Tulasi gazes at Sri Radhika's Watersports with the Lord of her heart, and her girlfriends in her beautiful pond. When the vision disappears, Sri Raghunath weeps and prays. Sri Radhakund is as glorious and enchanting as Sri Radha herself. Its bank and water are the realms of her leelas, and its nectarian water, where regal swans play in, is beautified by lotus petals. On all four sides of its banks are jewel-studded bathing places, and on each ghat are platforms that are cleaned with water that is nicely scented with flower pollen. So here, this description of Radhakund is only possible by one who can see this in real. We understand that this pond, what is described by our Raghunath Das or Tulsi Manjari, is not visible in this material world. And we can see that in that time when Raghunath Das was sitting on the shore of Radhakund, that was completely different to that what we see today. That was in a forest, in a jungle. There was nothing around the Radhakund. That was completely, and even Raghunath has not a hut. He was sitting there in the sun. And wild tigers came at that time and drink the water. And he was sitting there, and at one time Radhika herself came to cover him with her veil. And then Sanatana Goswami saw this scene and saw Radhika there standing in the sun and covering Tulasi. And then he said to Raghunath Das, please sit in the hut, don't sit there. And then they built the first hut there in the Radhakund. And even before Chaitanya, the Radhakund was not discovered. It was completely in the forest. Nobody was there. And so we can understand that this description of Radhakund is completely out of a vision of our Tulasi Manjari. So we can see with our inner eyes. We watch and create our own vision by our mind when we follow the description of the Acharya. On all four sides of its banks are jewel-studded bathing places. So there are beautiful arrangements. And on each ghat are platforms that are cleaned with water that is nicely scented with flower pollen.
If you go to Radhakund at midday, any day, you can be sure that Radha and Mohan are bathing there, playing their sports, but you can't see them. Unless you're very realized.
I think there are some of the inhabitants, or what is it, of those who are living there, very rare. They are really in that lila. Some manjaris are there, still now. If we go there, maybe we will meet one. And so we can by watching their faces, we can get a glimpse of the ecstasy they are living in. And even it was described in the text that even these days, if we are watching nicely, we can listen to our Raghunath Das lamentations. If we listen nicely there, in a silent place, I mean, it's rare to find that these days a silent place on Radhakund. But if we find, we will hear his lamentations and his crying. What we are reading now, just. And there is also, maybe many of us knows this place of his samadhi. It's there on the corner. And I think it's 24 hours kirtan going on. And sometimes we surround his. But there is this place is we can sit maybe in nighttime, and especially in the full moon time. Then maybe we can listen to his lamentations, and we can hear him. These platforms are flanked by desire trees and desire vines, and innumerable play groves and play forests. And there are enchanting platforms and amazing jeweled seats to be seen in each kunja. So there is an impression of that Radhakund that we cannot see at the moment, but we can imagine by our inner potency of imagination. But it will be still a picture what is made by a material mind. To get the real glimpse, we need to enter in our spiritual bodies. Then we can see this Radhakund. For that we need the mercy of the Guru and of course of Radhika. And for sure of Rupa and Raghunath. The flowerful forests, groves, and sub-forests of Radhakund are filled with the sweet humming bees, with the sweet humming of bees. The songs of the birds are creating a romantic atmosphere, embodying rasa, and the southern breeze blows softly. So imagine this scene. It's a big lake, it's not so small, and the forest around. And the atmosphere is so sweet, and the breeze is there. There is sound. There is a smell from the beautiful flowers. And there are desire trees and desire vines. to dare to enter in this meditation, to be there, to smell this, and to listen this breeze, you know, when the wind is softly going through the trees. It makes a sound. And this sound is very sweet, soft, makes a romantic atmosphere. And these birds are singing, adding some sound to that breeze, smell, and the bees are. We can imagine how sweet this moment is there. It's light. Special light is when the trees are moving a little bit. There, the light is also moving a little bit through the trees. And everything is conscious. There is not like in the material world. Everything is full of love and is in the lila and is serving to the lila to increase the feelings in Radha and Krishna's inner mood. And so we are there and staring at the scene, listening that sound, smelling this. And we are part of this as Manjaris. And we are trying also, like the tree, like the sun, like everything, to serve the divine couple, to increase their lila in that beautiful, beautiful Radha Kund. The flowerful forests, groves, and sub-forests of Radha Kund are filled with the sweet humming of bees. The song of the birds are creating a romantic atmosphere, embodying rasa, and the southern breeze blows softly. My body will be studded with goose pimples of ecstasy when I can witness your many extensive leelas in the water of this Radha Kund with your girlfriends and the Lord of your life. This ends the verse 75 of our beautiful Vilapa Kusumanjali. And today we can stay in that breeze and listen the whole day, the sound of the bees and the birds, and try to serve the divine couple in the lila, whatever is necessary. And yes, we can stay there. Especially if you are in Vrindavan, it's more easy. So sweet. And we could also see that this is especially seen by the Manjaris. Who can see this? So what time is it?
The verse, chorus energy. Then, if possible, can you repeat the verse itself?
Yes, yes. It's verse 75. There was one thing I was missing in the translation, and this is unmata, that is intoxicated. I could not find this. This intoxicated. There is a surrounded by singing birds and humming bees. If we read word by word, it's all around, and then unmata is intoxicated. These bees are, here is in the translation is humming bees, but in the word by word translation is unmata is translated by intoxicated. So they are not only humming, they are intoxicated. And when we listen to Gurudev, then we know that what is the meaning of the bees. The bee is always a symbol of Krishna. And he is intoxicated. He is not only like a humming bee. He is intoxicated. Oh, Shashimukhi, moon-faced girl. When will we witness your ever-fresh water sports with the Lord of your heart and your friends all together in your own sweet lake, which is filled with many lotus flowers and surrounded by singing birds and humming intoxicated bees.
I like the addition.
Me too.
Yeah, it's a difference, right? So I think we can stop here, right? It's a beautiful meditation. This water sports are actually the highlight, I feel always, by the explanation, and to meditate on that explanation of Radha Kund is so beautiful, no? So let's see, maybe Gurudev will come back. We don't know. But we hope that he will be cured soon, and we pray for his health. I'm missing him in our hearts. Thank you so much.
Jai Jai Shri
Shri
Radha.
Radhe.
Thank you so much. And we will take the breathe when we go out. We will
Yeah.
smell the fragrance of Radha Mohan.
Listen to the sound of the trees.
Yeah. Yeah. So beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Shri Radhe.